In the winter of 1945, a small volcanic island in the Pacific became the stage for one of the most ferocious battles of World War II. The Battle of Iwo Jima pitted the relentless determination of American Marines against the unyielding resolve of Japanese defenders in a struggle that would echo through history. This was a clash of wills, a test of endurance, and a crucible that shaped the final chapter of the Pacific War. In this video, we'll explore the background, key events, human stories, and lasting legacy of this monumental battle. To grasp the significance of Iwo Jima, we must first understand the state of the Pacific theater in early 1945. The United States had spent 3 years island hopping across the Pacific, capturing key strongholds like Guadalcanal, Tarawa, and Saipan. Each victory brought them closer to Japan's homeland, but at a staggering cost. Japan, battered by losses like the Battle of Leyte Gulf in 1944, was on the defensive, its navy and air force crippled. Yet, the Japanese Empire remained defiant, determined to make every inch of ground a costly prize for the Allies. Iwo Jima, just 660 miles from Tokyo, was a linchpin in this struggle. Its 3 airfields could serve as bases for American fighter escorts and emergency landing strips for B-29 bombers striking Japan. The Japanese commander, General Tadamichi Kuribayashi, was a brilliant tactician who knew Iwo Jima's defense would be a desperate stand. Unlike previous battles, where Japanese forces met invaders on the beaches, Kuribayashi devised a new strategy. He ordered his 21,000 troops to dig an intricate network of tunnels, bunkers, and pillboxes deep within the island's volcanic rock. These fortifications, some buried 30 feet underground, were designed to withstand heavy bombardment and prolong the battle. Kuribayashi's men, bound by the code of Bushido, prepared to fight to the death, stockpiling weapons and ammunition. The invasion of Iwo Jima was a massive undertaking. The US assembled over 70,000 Marines, primarily from the 3rd, 4th, and 5th Divisions, supported by a formidable naval armada. Commanded by Admiral Chester Nimitz and General Holland Howlin' Mad Smith, the Americans planned a 3-day bombardment to soften Japanese defenses. They believed the battle would be over in days, underestimating Kuribayashi's preparations. The Marines, battle-hardened from campaigns like Guadalcanal and Saipan, were confident but wary of Iwo Jima's treacherous terrain. On February 19, 1945, the Battle of Iwo Jima began with a thunderous roar. American battleships, cruisers, and aircraft unleashed a relentless bombardment, blanketing the island in fire and smoke. The Marines expected the Japanese defenses to be shattered, but Kuribayashi's troops, hidden in their bunkers, emerged largely unscathed. At 9 a.m., waves of landing craft hit Iwo Jima's black sand beaches, where the soft volcanic ash bogged down tanks and men, creating chaos. Japanese machine guns and artillery opened fire, turning the beaches into a killing zone. Mount Suribachi, the 550-foot volcanic peak at Iwo Jima's southern tip, was the battle's most iconic objective. Its heights gave the Japanese a commanding view to rain fire on the invaders. For 4 days, the 28th Marines fought through bunkers and tunnels to reach its base, enduring ambushes and heavy casualties. On February 23, 1945, a patrol led by Lieutenant Harold Schreier reached the summit and raised a small American flag. Hours later, a larger flag was raised, captured in Joe Rosenthal's iconic photograph, a symbol of American resilience. Securing Mount Suribachi was only the beginning. The northern part of Iwo Jima, with its rugged terrain and fortified positions, became a brutal battleground. The Japanese fought from hidden bunkers, emerging to attack before retreating into tunnels. The Marines used flamethrowers, grenades, and satchel charges to clear strongholds, often at point-blank range. The terrain, jagged rocks, ravines, and sulfur vents, was treacherous, and Japanese snipers and kamikaze attacks added to the chaos. Individual acts of heroism defined the battle. Navy Corpsman John Bradley risked his life to save wounded Marines, later helping raise the flag on Suribachi. Private First Class Jacqueline Lucas, age 17, threw himself on a grenade to save his squad, earning the Medal of Honor. Japanese Lieutenant Colonel Takechi Nishi, an Olympic equestrian, led his men with courage until his death. These stories humanize the battle's toll, reflecting the fear, camaraderie, and sacrifice on both sides. By mid-March 1945, Japanese defenses weakened. General Kuribayashi's forces, reduced to a fraction, resorted to guerrilla tactics from tunnels. The Marines, reinforced and supported by air and naval gunfire, advanced methodically. The capture of Airfield No. 2 allowed B-29s to use Iwo Jima as an emergency landing strip. The fighting remained brutal, with Japanese holdouts launching ambushes from caves, and the psychological toll was immense. On March 26, 1945, the Japanese launched a desperate nighttime banzai charge near Airfield No. 2. Over 300 soldiers attacked American positions, only to be repelled by Marine firepower. This marked the end of organized resistance, though small groups fought on from caves. Iwo Jima was declared secure, but mopping-up operations continued into April. General Kuribayashi likely died in the final days, his body never found. The Battle of Iwo Jima was one of the bloodiest of the Pacific War, with over 26,000 American casualties, including nearly 7,000 killed. Of 21,000 Japanese defenders, fewer than 200 survived. The island's airfields saved thousands of American airmen through emergency landings and enabled intensified air raids on Japan. The battle's brutality underscored the challenges of invading Japan, influencing the decision to use atomic bombs, a step toward Japan. Iwo Jima's capture enabled intensified B-29 bombing campaigns, weakening Japan's war economy. Marine resilience. The battle cemented the Marines' reputation as an elite force. Japanese defiance. The fanatical resistance foreshadowed the challenges of invading Japan, shaping Allied strategy. Symbolic victory. The flag raising on Mount Suribachi fueled American morale and war bond drives. Joe Rosenthal's flag-raising photograph became an enduring symbol of American determination, inspiring memorials and films like Flags of Our Fathers and Letters from Iwo Jima. The battle highlighted the human cost of war from both perspectives, serving as a case study in amphibious warfare and fortified defenses. Iwo Jima remains a testament to courage and sacrifice. Survivors, like Charles Lindbergh, a flamethrower operator, spoke of fear and camaraderie. Japanese survivor Tsurugi Akikusa described the despair of a hopeless fight. These accounts reveal the human toll behind the strategic victories, with Marines haunted by lost comrades and Japanese soldiers bound by honor in defeat. Iwo Jima's airfields enabled intensified bombing campaigns, weakening Japan's resolve. By July 1945, B-29s from Iwo Jima struck Japanese cities, and the battle's high casualties influenced the decision to use atomic bombs, avoiding a costly mainland invasion. The fall of Iwo Jima and Okinawa signaled Japan's defeat, culminating in their surrender on August 15, 1945. The Battle of Iwo Jima was a crucible of courage, sacrifice, and strategy that defined the Pacific War. It showcased the unbreakable spirit of the US Marines, the unyielding resolve of the Japanese defenders, and the staggering cost of victory. The flag raising on Mount Suribachi remains a timeless symbol of determination, while the battle's legacy reminds us of the human toll of war. As we reflect on Iwo Jima, we honor the soldiers who fought and died on its volcanic sands, their sacrifices etched into history. Thank you for joining us on this epic journey. Stay tuned for more historical insights